Hello there. Well, I'm in Cheddar Gorge, which is somewhere near Glastonbury, and it's a misty, rainy day, and we've come up into the trees at the side of the gorge, and there's kind of like a fine mist, and there's blackberry bushes everywhere, and I just felt like I needed to kind of take my shirt off and let the misty rain kind of fall on me, and I just wanted to kind of check in and say hello. So before I talk about some of the things that have been kind of going through my head over this walk up the hill and through the gorge. The other night we were just talking about how kind of when you start kind of waking up, there's kind of nowhere for you to go in England at all, because it's all about sort of pubs and restaurants and things like that. There's no kind of place for a more conscious just being with other people, you know. Everything seems to be geared towards either extracting money from you or extracting money from you and creating unconsciousness. And what was amazing is that we met this lovely woman called Sarah, who said, actually, no, did you know that there's an ashram in Glastonbury, and every Friday night they just sing the names of God. So we went along, and here's a clip of us and other people just singing for an hour and a half the names of God in lots of different ways, and it's absolutely beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, it's really lovely to check in with you again. I didn't think I'd be able to kind of talk very much during this. It's this week away is a time for us to you know, start allowing some healing in after mum leaving, and it's not been easy at all, because such a trauma really sort of squeezes the human part of us, and while we are kind of life energy, God self, whatever you want to call the truth of us, we have a physical expression as well and a human expression, and the two things are together for a period of time, and it's really good to try and make something of this time that we have. And death, divorce, traumas, accidents, illnesses really, you know, challenge us. And I found myself over the last month, 5 weeks, just so squeezed in the heart, so squeezed, and angry and vulnerable, but not in any way that could sort of express much. It was very isolating. And we've been away for 5 days now, and today actually feels like last night and today actually feels like the first day of our holiday. The green, the rain, the sun that's been, just the energy of the place, really kind of just letting us kind of open gently again. And it's very tentative and tender, but it's kind of definitely magic is there, you know, love and life starting to kind of open back out. And I've put a few clips of of Cheddar Gorge that I've taken as of walking up. Cheddar Gorge is one of the most spectacular things in Britain, for those of you who are watching in the US and in other countries. It's carved out of limestone. About 1 million years ago it was carved by a glacier melting and becoming a river, which became called the River Yo River. It seems kind of appropriate. And what was occurring to me as I was walking up is that kind of this is actually a very, you can really feel the green man here. I mean, if you can see behind me, everything is just kind of springing and shooting forth. And the green man is not is nature being gentle. It's nature, like we are. We are nature, and here we are, and pushing through. And yet this kind of, the masculinity of the rock is carved by the femininity of the water. And it really sort of got me to thinking about these vulnerable times, how men, I'm talking to the men watching this, we have to not be afraid of the feminine in us and the feminine outside of us in our companions and our partners and so on, and our friends and our mothers, and I look at the rock here and I see the absolute strength and beauty of the place, and yet it's been carved by the hardness and the softness of the water, and together it's become something absolutely beautiful. And at the same time, it also got me to thinking that the women amongst us mustn't be scared of the masculine. The strength of the structure is kind of giving the structure. It's the strength of the rock. It's the strength of the life coming through things. It's like sort of Mother Earth and Father Sky, or Mother Earth and Green Man, Earth Mother, Earth Father, Sky Mother, Sky Father. Just fecundity, we're kind of born out of life. I don't know if this makes any sense at all. We're just born out of life. I'm not trying to be right on or say anything good or anything like that. It's just so obvious that we need each other. We just need each other, and we also need everything that's inside us, masculine and feminine, and armouring and the usual things of manhood are not manly at all. To me, a man is somebody who's got the courage to be vulnerable. So the courage is the masculine, the vulnerability the feminine, and the two things create a beautiful life, you know. And I would say the same for any women watching this, you know. The vulnerability and the facing of things, and then the courage to kind of put those two things together. And I don't think one is one and one is the other, actually. I think they're both actually expressions of exactly the same thing. It's just we need to get on with it, you know, whatever they are. I don't want to kind of argue or think about semantics in any way. I don't have the words these days, or the brain, or the will to cause upset or anything. I only want love and to promote love and unity. And that change only happens when we allow our own hearts to change instead of changing other people, you know, which is what the political tries to do. It reforms others, where actually the spiritual warrior or person on the spiritual path, on a true spiritual path, you can is rendered more beautiful, carved by their vulnerability, not to be soft and eroded away, but to be just what is, and that is everything all at once, you know. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm kind of dancing in the woods and getting wet, and I was off in some trees doing the same thing over there, but I wanted to talk to you for a couple of minutes, so we're just giving each other space to kind of do our own thing, and we might start doing a few video blogs together, which would be very, very nice, because I want to. She'd be so good. She's got so much to offer, and any kind of encouragement and support towards her sharing her stuff with a few more people would be a wonderful thing. But we're going to kind of probably turn back soon and make our way back down the gorge, and then we're going to go to the White Spring, which I can't take any footage in, and then if we're in time and it's still open, they have it's like a spring that comes from under Glastonbury Tor. It's the source actually rises under the Tor. The water is so beautiful to drink. You just take it from outside. So we've been living on spring water pretty much, and avocados and bananas. Cooking a little bit, just for kind of a solid meal each day, and but they actually have a bathing pool inside as well. So as I'm in a kind of clothes taking off sort of mood, it's very likely that I will end up naked in the White Shrine. So yeah, you got to do it, you know. You just got to do it. Anyway, lots of love to you, lots of blessings, and I did want to tell you that I've been I'm not thinking about Hebden and stuff at the moment and teaching meditation and so on, but I've been recording the classes each week in the meditation classes, and they always end up with lots of background noise in them because it's recorded in a real situation. So there's always a dog that barks at the same time every evening, and there are cars and things like that. I use this little microphone to try and kind of filter some of the stuff out, but the class always has kind of 10, 11, 12 people in it, sometimes 14, 15 people in it. They've got such power and beauty to them. And so I've decided to kind of share some of those. So if you have a look on those sort of the CDs and books page on authenticliving.life, I've put kind of 2 CDs worth, 2 albums worth up there, 2 meditations on each. One is looking at who we really are. So those meditations are kind of more about sort of who we really are. And then the second meditation is about kind of connectivity to the world. and then and all of life, and just meeting that from our natural self. And then the second one is about kind of allowing our kind of true face to be seen more. And I'm trying to remember what the second meditation is on there. I think it's just a presence-based meditation. I might be wrong. My memory is not all it can be. But I've been having lots of kind of ideas downloading while I've been here, more into my heart than into my head. So I'm going to be recording a lot more stuff, maybe as video. I've got a friend who's a very good video maker, and I might ask for his help and put those up as downloads that you can buy for a small amount of money, just so that it kind of keeps the wheel turning. And I really have such a strong vision of what I'd love to do with authentic living, of creating a kind of sanctuary for people to come in their awakening and their healing, for looking at ideas of community and what that really means. Imagine a community that's kind of coming from consciousness, and kind of the impact that will have on the kind of the world around it. I don't mean a group. I'm not after forming a group. And I'm always very clear with people when they come along to my classes and retreats and so on, that I'm not after any followers. I'm not after anybody going, hey, John, you know. I'm just getting on with my own, waking up and learning how it is to kind of be in my fullness in this life. And then I just offer from there, honestly, to anybody. Which is why these videos are always kind of a bit messy and a bit vulnerable, and you know, we just are who we are. But once we start living from what's inside, it doesn't make us kind of precise robots. There's all the kind of the wobblies can still be there, you know, and the vulnerability and things. But the truth shines through, and hopefully you can see that. You know, I can always tell by people's voices whether they're kind of in their truth or not. And so I hope that when you watch these videos or sort of do the meditations and so on, then that there's kind of some truth in that. What I should mention as well about the downloadable meditations, they're on Bandcamp actually, but there's a link from this page. I'll put a link down below as well on this video when I post it. Is that they're just free. They're just free to take. If you have you can't make a contribution at this time, then it's better that you just have them. But if you would like to support what it is that I'm talking about and what I'm trying to do, then please feel free to do that. In time, I'll try and think of ways that kind of there are other kind of contributors can be. Once we actually have a physical realm, a physical space in which to have classes and kind of singing the names of God together and yoga and stuff like that and whatever, then there'll be other ways of kind of helping out and joining in. But for now, it's kind of a different sort of energy that's needed, which is a kind of a growing phase and a kind of a building phase sort of energy. So anything you can do is fantastic to help us with that. So please look out for those. Please look out for the new stuff when it comes. If you're not on the mailing list, please sign up to our mailing list, and I'll let you know of kind of what's coming. I'm going to be doing these journaling workshops at the end of this month, October, November and December. I'm going to be leading a meditation and yoga day with my friend April in Cheshire. It's going to be absolutely beautiful, sort of direct insight meditation, presence meditation, sort of original face stuff, you know, and yoga, vinyasa flow yoga combined with lovely organic food and juices and stuff like that. And I hope to do more of that and maybe start getting out in the world more and doing that as well, if I can find good partners to work with, you know. April is coming from such a genuine place in her yoga. That's why we've come together to kind of do this. There's a real kind of, yep, you know, this is good and true. Yeah, I'm going to wish you well. If you've liked this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel. You can find more of what I'm kind of doing on a daily basis on Instagram, which is my preferred social medium, although I find myself less social at the moment. And I'll hopefully check in with you again soon. It's always my intention to do more videos. It just never works out like that. So many blessings to you. May whatever you're doing today be for the highest benefit of yourself. May life be coursing through you beautifully, and may it also be of the highest benefit for everyone that you come into contact with, and everyone that you love, and everyone that you don't love as well. Bless you.